Daily market recap for Thursday, 12/30/2021. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the trading agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the trading agent, and this is your market recap for Thursday, December 30th, 2021. Let's get into it. Did a video about gold seasonality. I'm going to drop it in this corner. I think you guys know and gals know we are here, and connect this to here. That's the seasonality. I've seen 5 to 10% moves almost every December into March. Now, when I say every year, that's like, say, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6 years. You know, it typically does it. So, on that note, hopefully you're paying attention. Here we go. Look for the Christmas hangover, downside at the end of the month. Look for entries last 2 to 3 days of the month. Well, have we noticed the market has weakened the last couple days? It doesn't necessarily mean it's a full-on meltdown, but we are chopping. This stuff is very predictable. We talk about the seasonality. If you do not have the Stock Traders Almanac, did a video on that. You need to watch it. It's in my archives of, I think it's Back to Basics, How to Trade series. It's so important to understand what's going on based on seasonality. And again, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. There's tons of content here, lots of free information. I mean, I've got the Discord room. The link is in the description. Feel free to come in and chat. There is a lot to always talk about, and we are talking about it. Dropping trade ideas, dropping content left and right for just the masses. Figure it out, you know. If you're on your own trading and you need help, I'd love to be able to help you. Again, it's all free. I trade what I'm doing. I don't charge to make money for a living. All right. Good old Bitcoin, man. This computer's mouse, if you've watched previous videos, you know I complain about it. Big cup and handle. Let's zoom in to the intraday. We talked about these levels. Now we're going to start to become important. They're the intraday levels. Said you could probably start buying again here. I don't see Bitcoin necessarily breaking down, but you never know. Short term, this thing can always have a washout, like this wick from December, was that 4th? I mean, anything is possible. I like this basing out. As long as you hold this 45 to 46,000 level, hold it, you're good to go. If not, then we got problems and we might need to reevaluate. Again, I personally am not. I have no Bitcoin, but I have no problem with it. I think it's, you know, it is what it is. Let's jump into the roster of names to look out. TLT, man. I apologize. I don't have the same trend lines that I do on my this computer as the other one, but this is, I mean, if you go back, it goes even further to the left. TLT, I mean, I say it every day. As long as the rates aren't going much higher, meaning TLT selling off, then the market's, in my mind, fine. It's just, you know, you don't go in a straight line every day to the point into where you're going. There's a lot of chop. If you have not been trading that long and you're not familiar with the concepts of chop and washouts and shaking weekends and bear trap, bull traps, that's part of it. TLT looks fine. Market's not really worried about it. Dollar, it's in this channel. We talked about the signals. Right here this day I said I thought this was going to lead to bearishness at some point. And again, here's an example. It takes time sometimes for things to play out. We're back into the channel. Don't know why you wouldn't get the channel lows. Probably end up being, at worst, we can draw the lines when all this comes to fruition. I would imagine the 100-day and this area will all coincide. So you can say somewhere in time in January, dollar will bottom down there, or it could get burned and turned through there. Never know. The VIX. Volatility index, we said, filled the gap. We talked about the W pattern. I mean, we've been dialed in on the VIX, and what did we say? This compression action might lead to some market weakness at some point. If not, we're going back to 15. At this point, there's really not a lot to say about the VIX. I mean, if the news on Omicron is what it is what it is. At this point, you know, it's priced into the market. The market seems to be kind of oblivious to it. So just take it for what it is. The SPY, S&P 500, again, chopping. I mean, notice the VIX compressing. Notice the SPY compressing. We talked about this at the end of the month. Hangover from the Christmas rally. There's the Christmas rally. Here's the hangover. Maybe we get a pullback. You know, how aggressive could it be? It really just depends. I would not be surprised, though, if it does pull back aggressively, but also wouldn't be surprised if the last day of the month is just a flat, choppy day. So let's roll into the Qs. I mean, they're looking a little weaker to me because they're not as close to the highs, but, you know, 400 level seems to be holding. So far, so good. That's all you really need to know. Here's where I did the video earlier. Man, I did a ton of, it's 7 minutes. It seems like a long time, but there's a lot of great content on why gold is what it is. I would keep that in mind. Check the video. It's on the page, YouTube channel. It's the most recent video behind this. We did a whole little series about why this was a washout down here. Bull, bear trap, professional gap, now higher highs, higher lows. It looks good. Seasonality, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself, but if you want to find out about thoughts on gold and silver, just go through the channel. Silver, same thing. I have no problems with it. We talked about it backing up. The volume was, I mean, you gap down. We said this yesterday. Like, yesterday's action was actually bullish. You gap down. I know this isn't the silver's future contract, but this is during American trading hours, and it tells you something that it opened at the low and closed at the high. Well, what did you do today? You gapped up and went higher. Again, a trend is higher highs and higher lows. A trend doesn't mean straight line moves. As much as people are just programmed for that shit, real trading isn't like that. It's choppy and it's all over the place. Looks fine. GDX, we've been on top of this one, double bottom. We said held the 20-day. Nice higher high. Again, this area right here, 31.76. Get over it. I mean, again, if you know me, you know my previous conversations, I'm expecting bigger and better things. Bigger and better things. Keep in mind last year, you had a nice run up. I mean, even March, it was interesting. It went from 31 to 40. I think the GDX has a lot of room. We can, again, if you look at the monthly, this is the most important thing for the GDX, and then I've talked about this a gazillion times. We are at the IPO prices from 2006, channel low. We got pretty close. I mean, is it possible to get back to 29? Anything is possible. If it is, you should buy it. Again, trend lines, this is where people are like sometimes, oh, hey, Dan, you're early for a trade. That, you missed it. Well, guess what? I have seen situations where I am waiting for an exact price and it ends up being a range. And if you don't take stabs at prices, then guess what happens? You miss it. So I'd rather be sometimes early, especially if I think the upside is worth it. Now, that's where the mindset matters. Like if you're trading, day trading, yeah, wait for your spots. But if you're swing trading, I mean, have a plan. Same thing, kind of the GDXJ. It's holding the 20-day. Looks fine. There's not a lot to say. We talked about AG yesterday, how it just got totally slammed, and it didn't really make sense, but we said it filled the gap. It held, it pounced today. I mean, again, not every day is really worth much reporting. Talked about this. This is a enormous gap. That's the pro gap. This is the bottom. It just is what it is. Every day up. I wish you want straight line moves. Call the feds. Maybe they can get you one. PAAS, same kind of thing. Bear trap. Nice pro gap with volume. And it's holding up. I mean, the miners look good. There's nothing really to say. Letter X, a little disappointed by today's action. I don't like this long wick. Volume's crap. Right now, the 20-day in red is your friend right here. It just needs to hold it. Chop is normal. I mean, if you've traded the stock for any point in time, you know chop is normal. VALE did a trade alert. Go check the trade alerts. Said yesterday, hey, watch the 20-day. Wow, professional gap. Continuation maybe, or novice. We'll see. Watch this area. Watch the 14 level. So far, so good. Could have pulled back. It didn't. It held up really well today, even though the market did close, I think, near or close to the lows. Yeah, pretty close. AMD, again, people are going to hate me because they just don't ever want to just play probabilities. I don't hate AMD stock. I don't hate the company. I think they have great potential, but this looks like a head and shoulders top. Talked about this level, and then look what happens. Failure. Now where to? I mean, you got to look at the 50-day, this orange area, orange line. It's better hold it, not 20-day. I mean, you're going to see they're all going to converge right here. What happens there is going to be the true game changer for AMD. I'm not trading it. I'm not really that following it too much, but here we go. Apple drew this little box, so I need to see it get over it. I don't like that it's not getting over it, but high and tight is fine. Remember, high and tight is okay because that shows demand. If demand is there, it holds high, then high and tight means there's demand. I mean, it means on any little dip, people aren't selling. MicroStrategy, I know they're buying more Bitcoin. This has got to be interesting here because if Bitcoin holds and it compresses in this 550 to 575, whatever, 600 range, put it on your radar. It could break out over the 20-day and maybe it goes up 100 to 300 points. I mean, this thing can freaking move. RIVN, now again, remember we have a pair trade with this, with that and Tesla. I'm still long RIVN. 97 was a good spot. Still like it. The action today was what I wanted. Man, Tesla. I can't never miss Brian W. Some troll was like, oh, you can't believe you're shorting Tesla. And it's like, dude, I don't make the charts look the way they do. I mean, this looks like a downtrend and it's shorted. I covered some at the 50-day and got stopped out, so I'm only long RIVN in my pair trade. But if you still have the pair trade going, today's close is exactly what you want to see. You have a long wick, you popped up, and what happened? You dropped. I mean, look at this. Here's the 6. I mean, you can see it doesn't look bad on the hourly. You can see the big move is in, lower lows, and now a lower high. I mean, here's your lower high. Again, I think as much as people are going to like go nuts because it's amazing, people just don't ever understand trading. They just think fundamentals and Tesla, Elon's the best, whatever. I'd study the past, you trolleys. I mean, think about it. I mean, look at the monthly chart. I mean, it up, down 2 months, up, down 4 months. I mean, it could be down for months, and that's part of the game. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you Tesla is a piece of trash. I'm just saying, like, the long trade is over. Until it breaks the downtrend, the long trend is over. This is a down channel. You can call it a flag. It might resolve higher ultimately, but it's a down channel. Just is what it is. I will get bullish if it breaks over this, or I'll get bullish at the lows. Because we did get bullish. Go back to the 10, 21, 22 video, 20, 21, 22. We said that was a pro gap and you're going to the channel highs. Jeez. You have to be flexible. You have to be mentally flexible and trade the probabilities. You can't just sit here and go, it's going one direction all the time. Like, that kind of mindset is how traders get blown out. I mean, this is Roblox. I mean, I've been telling people, just leave it alone. And what's happened? It just, we traded the breakout. We've been said 2 times range. You got to get the heck out. Now you just wait. And same thing with like Tesla. Like, that's part of the game. Let it digest. Let it play out. Let it do its thing. Didn't alert today on the 20-day. I like how finally, we get over the 20-day, and here's where, again, backing up, held the 20-day. Yesterday you had a tight doji. I mean, super tight. I mean, open and close, small candle, and then boom, closed over it. I like how you engulfed the previous 2, almost 3 days of action, closed near the highs. That looks bullish to me. I mean, but anything's possible. If the market washes out, you could see a 20-day again. EXPI, I like this stock. I like what it's doing. I think it needs to hold this 34 area. You can see why I like it. It's support in this area. Like, you can see it. That's where the next up move and backfill came. That's sometimes, and again, this is, all stocks are different. They have personalities, but I like that. I mean, if you can buy it down here in the mid-30s, I think you're going to be fine. There's a seasonal run-up typically in these stocks, and if you're not familiar with it, hit me up about it. I mean, they typically take runs up into the seasonal market for real estate. I mean, first and second quarter, people are buying and selling houses. UTHR, we put out an alert on this and said, watch this blue zone. If it breaks out, it's going. I want to see volume. It's kind of high and tight. We also talked about in the video, high and tight is okay. Holding up near the highs is fine as long as it holds. If it doesn't, then you got problems. Again, if you bought this at 180 and you want to take some profit, I understand that, and then you can buy it back if it breaks out. Don't have to be all in all the time. That is a gambling mentality. That's the mentality of the losing trader. XOP, what did we say? We had this nice breakout. Volume wasn't that great, and then we said, that candle's not ideal. And then we said, lower low is not ideal. Well, we got another lower low. Back testing the trend line. There is a lot of support here at the 95 level. That's where I'd be watching it. Just keep it simple, stupid. ExxonMobil, same thing. Said didn't like how it came to the top of the channel. Now lower lows, backfilling. It could turn into the typical head and shoulders bottom potential, or it could be game over time. I tend to not think so because oil and demand is there, but that's just how it plays out. So I hope that helps. Again, please stop by the Discord room. The link is in the description below. If you're not chatting and wanting to learn, I get that, but why, again, do this alone? Every professional has a coach. I've had coaches. I still have coaches in everything I do. If I can be your coach, and I'm doing this for free because I trade what I say I'm doing. I don't need to make money off of the fees for charging people. Maybe one day I will if it takes up more time, but at this point, me creating some videos and throwing them out there and talking in the Discord room, I got the time. So I hope this helps. Please subscribe, like, share with your friends, and do me a favor. Please comment below if you have any questions. I will try to get to you and answer to you. Sometimes I'll do little shorts, or I'll just do a YouTube live or something for you. So I appreciate it. Talk to you guys and gals soon. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.